So after the fire, it took a couple of months before my, strangely enough, for some strange reason, a couple of months before my father or anybody was willing to come around, and I'm pretty much positive I didn't contact them immediately because it's my problem, my issue. But when I did contact him, it took a while for him to come around, per se. I know differently now, but at the time I didn't know any differently. I was like, well, you know, what the heck, man? There's been a horrible thing that has occurred. The strange thing is that my father kept telling me something about not being able to get a job and that I need to panhandle. And I kept telling him, I'm like, look, before this fire, I kept telling you guys that there seems to be something where it seems as if I've been hacked, or there is some sort of internet campaign against me or something like that. I don't know how to word it or how to say it, but I kept telling him, I'm like, why would I go panhandle when I know that there seems to be some sort of campaign against me? But moreover, why would I do that when my father knows that I've had some kind of a job or was making money in some way or another since I was 10 years old? Now, my dad is, he doesn't see anything that I've ever done as being good or worthy or anything. Everything I've ever done is bad, absolutely worse, and he was lucky. I was lucky. That's all there was to it. I was lucky. And he's right. I was lucky to have survived his ass, that's for sure. But at the same time, there is no luck. There is no luck. For a father who sits there and says, you should go panhandle, when he knew that I was earning money when I was 10, on my own volition, not of anything he was doing, is very interesting. What else is very interesting, and I didn't know it then when he kept telling me to go panhandle, but after figuring some things out, and me telling him, well, I really need to get in touch with some people about this fire to the house, he told me many, 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 many times, whether it was before I left California, whether it was when he picked me up from Colorado, or anything else, to not worry about anything about that fire. That's what my father told me. Don't worry about anything about that fire. If they care, they're going to come for you. And I need you all to know, I know that it may seem as if I've just left that standing. That is not the case. Not the case at all. As a matter of fact, the basis of everything that I'm doing is based on that fire. But what I have discovered is amazing and goes much beyond just that fire, but how that fire got started, who was influenced, why they were influenced. And when I say who, like who in the community was actually influencing people to engage in this kind of behavior. So please understand, I always thought it was criminals. Criminals. And if you think I have any reason to act towards criminals in any other way than the way that I have acted, you're out of your mind. And yes, I have made my own mistakes, and there are mistakes that I've made within all of this, and I'm more than willing to deal with those mistakes with the right people, but I am not going to own up to anything that I didn't do. But most importantly, I'm not going to own up to something that was created by what I thought were criminals and is turning out to be law enforcement and church organizations that have lost their way in trying to figure out how to deal with things in their community. But these are overzealous actions by these groups. Overzealous. So overzealous that they're willing to make up. They're willing to make up scenarios to try to fill in whatever narrative it is that they've been feeding all these people. I'll go into that next with the justice talk, because this narrative, which has grown and changed over since 2015 at least, but it's actually before that, is unbelievable. Unbelievable. At the same time, it's very real. I am living it. And none of it really has anything to do with me, but it's 100,000% targeting me. It's not funny, it's not okay, and I think that by now, I think I have enough to be able to show what's going on. But at the same time, I want to raise it. Why is this man who knows that at 10 years old I was out earning my own money telling me to go panhandle? Especially after I told him, like, look, they set my house on fire, they destroyed my business, they did all this other kind of stuff. Oh, well, that's not a big deal, you should just go panhandle. You can't get a job anyway. Which is ridiculous for him to say, since I've had a job of some sort since I was 10 freaking years old. Understand that what these people are telling you is not what it is, or what is. They're telling you what they want you to believe so that you can make decisions and choices after that based on bullshit, misinformation, fake news, however you want to call it. The thing is like, we all know this. We watch mainstream media, we see everything else going on around us. We already know this. But let me tell you something. Your community group that's doing so-called community watches, your law enforcement, your church groups now, unfortunately, have been indoctrinated by law enforcement. They are not doing what they're supposed to be doing with these kind of programs. What they've done is they figured, you get church people who think they're police now because they got the backing of the police, and so they're acting as if they are actually bad cops, not good cops, bad cops, because they aren't officers in the first place. Nor are they thoughtful about what they're doing. They're zealous about what it is, the reason why they joined the community action in the first place with law enforcement, which makes it a very, very dangerous dynamic, actually. Extremely dangerous.